Hi everyone, it's Andrea and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be showing you my May bullet journal plan with me. First off, I would like to start this voiceover by saying I know this video is really late. I actually filmed this by the end of April, but then I got really busy with school and didn't get enough time to edit it, but last week I asked on my Instagram stories if you would still like to see it, and most of you voted yes, so I decided to edit it this weekend. And for this month, I decided to do a scrapbook and collage theme, and I actually chose this one because it's one of my favorite ways to reconnect with my bullet journal and my creativity, and I actually hadn't done a bullet journal layout in quite a long time, so this was a great way to ease into it. And for the color scheme, I decided to do lots of neutral tones, so I just went into Pinterest and chose many different pictures that I liked that fit the color scheme, and then used the same colors for my tumbos. A fun fact is that this semester I also transitioned into taking digital notes, so it had actually been a long time since I had done anything lettering related, so it was really fun to do that again. And if you've seen any of my previous Plan With Me videos that feature a scrapbook theme, then you'd know that I usually like to go all in and use lots of different textures like craft paper or graph paper, but this time I really wanted to do something a bit more simple, so I only used the pictures that I printed out, lettering, and washi tape. Then moving on to the next spread, I made my quote page, which is actually one of my favorite spreads to make. I love the whole process of sitting down and scrolling through Pinterest until I find a quote that I think fits the vibe that I'm going for this month. And this month I chose "The future is yours to create." And whenever I'm doing a scrapbook theme, I like to use a separate sheet of paper to do all of the lettering pieces, because I just feel it gives me much more possibilities to play around with the whole layering and layout of everything. And for this, I decided to stick to my classical brush lettering font, and I just used 2 colors and sizes. And something else that I really love about making scrapbook themes, aside from the fact that it's fairly quick to create, is the process of just playing around with all of the different images and elements that I will be adding to the spread, until I find the layout that I like the best, and then actually get to creating it and see all of the different parts come together in a single spread. And then after moving some things around and actually adding the quote, I decided to add a bit more of this line pattern that I will be using throughout the whole layout. And I actually think it's kind of funny because I usually say that I will be creating more minimal layouts in order to be able to do them in less time, but something in me always wants to add more elements, and that is actually what led me to create this line pattern. So I just guess even though I try, it is not in me to be one of those minimalist bullet journal creators. So after finishing with the quote page, I moved on to one of my favorite spreads to make and use, which is my monthly spread, and I just really love getting to see all of my upcoming events and tasks in one single layout, so I can see everything that will be going on in the following month with one simple glance. And for my monthly spreads, I have 2 different layouts that I like to choose from. The first is this one that is just one grid with all of the different squares for the days, and the other one I just make individual boxes for each day. And for that one, I really love the look of all of the different colored boxes, but the thing about it is that I don't get enough space to add anything else to the spread. And for this one, I just really wanted to add some more scrapbook elements, so I decided to go for this layout. And after making the basic layout, I just went with the same 2 color tumbos that I have been using throughout this whole spread, and then wrote the dates and days of the week with the Tombow Funanosaki heart tip, which is one of my favorite brush pens to create smaller lettering. So then we moved on to another fun part. I usually don't add quotes to my monthly spreads, but this time, since I'm doing the scrapbook layout, I figured it would be fun to try to do something different. And the quote that I chose for this one is "One day at a time." And I chose this one because May is the final month of my 4th semester studying chemistry at the university, and it can be really overwhelming to think about all of the different assignments and tests that I have to do as the end of the semester approaches. So this will help me just stay grounded and focused on what I have to do one day at a time. And the little fun fact is that this style of lettering is actually my favorite to do, where it's just one base color and it's sort of blended, where it's darker at the top and lighter at the bottom, and then I just outline it and add shadows. I just think it's really fun to create and it really looks amazing. So after having created that quote, I came back to the actual spread and lettered May directly in it, and once again added this line pattern. And then I got to move on to the fun part, which is adding the scrapbook elements. And I'm honestly really excited for this semester to end, because as much as I do love my major and enjoy what I do, it was a really exhausting semester, but most importantly, I have really exciting plans for this summer. I have some trips coming up that you will be finding out through this channel and also through my Instagram account, and also have so much more content that will be coming up this summer break. After adding all of the images and washi tapes, I went back and added some finishing touches to the May lettering. Once again, I did the darker at the top and lighter at the bottom blending, and added the outline. And after finishing up with the monthly spread, I moved on to the 2 final spreads on this plan with me, which are my goals page and my habit tracker. And for this layout, I once again used the same lettering that I've been using for the whole layout, and I just wrote down the words goals and added all of the elements to it. And for my goal spread in my bullet journal, I like to just keep it pretty simple. I don't do any structured layout or anything. It's just a page where I'll be writing down and reflecting about all of the different things that I want to do this month and what my goals are. And I actually really loved how this page turned out. I love the layering and how the colors look together. And I didn't show me actually writing down my goals because I just like to have a mindful moment and just do it slowly, take my time without necessarily having to be filming it. And now moving on with the last spread for this plan with me, which is my habit tracker. And if I'm being completely honest, I'm not the best at keeping up with habit trackers, but I really try each time that I do one, and hopefully it will stick this time. So far it's going pretty good. And And for this habit tracker, I decided to do a really simple layout. If you've seen any of my previous Plan With Me videos, I usually make the small calendars for each habit, but this time I wanted to do something a bit more minimal and structured, which I actually realized then it was sort of a mistake because I made 30 tiny boxes for each day when May has 31 days, but that's just a simple detail. And I also really love how the palm trees in the goals page and the beach in this habit tracker kind of complement each other, and just really love the whole look of this layout. So after finished creating all of the boxes, I just added some colors and started lettering the different habits that I will be keeping track on this month, which are daily decluttering, working out, studying, and having no spent days. So that was it for this Plan With Me video. I really enjoyed creating all of the spreads and getting to share them all with you. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for all of the exciting content that will be coming up during the summer break. See you next time. Bye!